Hey, Cub fans. Thanks for joining us here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. Cubs took care of business today, beating the Dodgers 9-7 in the first game of this three-game weekend set. It's awesome. Um, really good day. It was 43 degrees with a 15-mile-an-hour wind coming left to right, but it was sunny and really high sky, like 100% clear sunny. So it was a high sky and windy. So there was some issues with some balls in the air throughout the game, but overall it was a good day at Wrigley. Cubs got the win. Let's get into the details. Here's the starting lineup. We started Ian Happ in left field leading off. Seiya was in right hitting second. Belly was hitting third in center field. Morel DH'd in the fourth hole. Dansby at shortstop, hitting fifth. Michael Busch back at first base, hitting sixth. Nico, second base, hitting seventh. Madrigal played third base today, hitting eighth. And Gomes was behind the plate in the nine hole. So that lineup, when I first saw the lineup and I saw Madrigal at third base and Morel DHing, I'm thinking, okay, I don't know, is the experiment with Morel at third base over at this point? Have we seen enough? Or have they, they talked about giving him runway, but it looks to me like opening lineup on a series like this, that may be their plans. This may be the lineup that we're looking at here in the short term at least. So let's talk about the scoring. 9 runs. We got 5 in the second, 1 in the third, and 3 in the sixth. So second inning, the 5-run outburst went like this. Dansby Swanson led things off with a solo home run. The ball fell in the first row over the basket in left field, so it was a big high fly. Busch followed him with a walk. Nico singled behind Busch, and Madrigal had an RBI single, scoring Busch. Nice line drive up the middle for Nick. Hap walks. Nico scores on a wild pitch. And then Seiya, with 2 outs, 2 strikes, he doubles off the right field wall, just a laser opposite field for Seiya, scoring Nick and Ian for the 5 runs in the second. We got another run in the third inning, solo home run, Michael Busch to right field, 2-strike home run, another really good at bat for Michael Busch into the basket in the right field well. Then we got 3 runs in the sixth. Nico led that off with another walk. Gomes got his first hit of the year, single to right field. Nico to third. Gomes goes to second on a wild pitch, giving us second and third. And then Hap hits just a laser, 108-mile-per-hour line drive triple to right, scoring Nico and Gomes. And then Seiya follows that with a sacrifice fly, scoring Happer. So that's the 3 runs in the sixth inning for a total of 9 for the Cubs. 9 total hits. We walked 6 times, only struck out 4. We were 3 out of 5 with runners in scoring position. Only left 4 on base. It was a really good offensive game for the Cubs. A lot of good, solid at bats, and I was really happy with the overall at bats across the board, with maybe an exception or two. Just really good. So let's talk about what everybody did. Ian Happ goes officially 1 for 4 with a walk, and he scored twice and had 2 RBIs. So good day offensively for Ian. Ian lost the ball, I'm going to say in the sun in the first inning, and we'll get to what that was. First inning we gave up 2 runs. That was part of it. But offensively, Happer had a good day. That triple was a monster. Seiya went 1 for 2 with a walk and a sac fly, and he had 3 RBIs, so another offensive production day for Seiya. Belly was 0 for 3, couple of walks. He had a couple of strikeouts and walked once intentionally, hit into another double play. Morel went 0 for 4 in the DH spot. So he hit the ball hard. He just kept rolling over, hitting the ball to third base, shortstop. Dansby went 2 for 3. Dansby had an RBI, scored a run with a solo home run. Had a single in the seventh. Michael Busch had a good day, went 1 for 2, scored twice, had an RBI with his solo home run, 2 walks, and Michael Busch caught a line drive with 2 outs in the top of the ninth with runners on second and third, diving to his right. It was a really good play, and if he doesn't make that play, we're tied in the ninth inning. So Michael Busch came up big defensively late today. Nico ended up going 1 for 3. It looked better. Nico had a much better day. Nico scored twice. He walked again, had a base hit. But Nico defensively made a really great play in the fourth inning. Hard hit line drive, I think by Gavin Lux, the lefty, to Nico's right. And he dove, caught it on one big hop, stood up and threw a guy out. And he saved 2 runs. So defensively, we saved a ton of runs today. So that's the other thing. We gave up 7, but our defense, I think, probably saved 4 or 5, possibly. So Nico looked much better today, and you can kind of see it. He looked more comfortable, looked like he was having a little more fun when he made that play in the fourth inning. He came off, and he was pretty juiced. So that was good to see. Nick Madrigal went 2 for 4. Had an RBI, scored a run, and Nick put the ball in play. He's not going to slug. He hit the ball the other way for a single, line drive up the middle, flew out to center field twice. Nick's hitting over 300. He puts the ball in play, but Nick was awesome at third base today. I wrote down Nick made what I would call really good plays. Nico's play was unreal. It was fantastic, but Nick made 4 really good plays. 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and then another one in the sixth. So Nick played third base really well today. Jan Gomes got his first hit, so he finished 1 for 4, and Jan scored a run as well. So those are the offensive totals. Pretty good offensive day. We're going to need to do that, I think, against these Dodgers. They're capable of scoring 10 runs on us. So I think we just have to figure out we need to score early. We need to keep scoring. Because shutting these guys down to 1 or 2, 3 runs probably is not going to happen. So let's talk about the pitching. Kyle Hendricks, I guess what I was hoping to see, I didn't see. What I thought I would see, I think I saw. So here's Kyle's line, and then I'll walk us through inning by inning. But he finishes going officially just 4+ innings. He gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, walked 2, in 83 pitches, 51 strikes. So it was kind of I guess either all or nothing. First inning, he gives up 3 hits and a walk, and he gives up the 2 runs, but he also strikes out the side in the first. Took him 33 pitches to do it. So that was his first inning. Second inning, he goes 1, 2, 3 with just 11 pitches and a strikeout. So it's like, okay, he really he had a great second inning. He looked good. Third inning, he goes 1, 2, 3 in 12 pitches, and that was one of the innings where Nick Madrigal made a great play to save him. Then in the fourth inning, he gives up 2 hits, and there was 3 great defensive plays in the field behind him, and he got out of it. But I'm going to suggest that it took 3 great plays to get Kyle out of the fourth inning, scoreless. So that was where I was like, boy, he gave up 2 hits plus those. So theoretically, in my mind, he gave up 5 hits in the fourth inning because of those 3 great plays. Nico's 1, and then Nick had the other 2. We got out of it. But coming into that fifth inning, I could tell it was coming, and it did. Fifth inning, he gives up 3 hits, a home run, 3 runs, obviously with a walk. So he gives up the home run after the walk, and they pull him. So he doesn't get an out in the fifth. So that's his line. 4 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks. I don't know, guys. We might be there a couple of forks in the road that I'm seeing here that I think are really kind of interesting is the Morel at third base experiment. Have they seen enough? I mean, it's only 6 games, but it was bad. I mean, it's not like he's pretty decent. He's been bad at third base. I just wonder if they're like, okay, and with what Madrigal did today, Madrigal's gonna start tomorrow at third base, unless something happens I don't know about. Madrigal played really well. So the Morella experiment at third base might be over for a bit. We'll see. And then Kyle, Kyle, he looked the same in spring training. He looked like that in his first outing against Texas. He looked that way today. I don't know. I'm just not sure. Do you just keep running Kyle out there? How long do you do it? But he's certainly a question mark right now. Bright spot, Drew Smyly came in and pitched really well. Even though Drew's numbers aren't that great, 2 2/3, a hit, a walk, 5 Ks, and he gave up 2 runs. But he actually pitched better than that. He sort of saved us. He came in that 5th inning and struck 3 out. Just boom. Just shut him down when we needed it. Drew Smyly may be the MVP for the day because he came in relief of Kyle and took care of business. So Drew did really well. 2 2/3, gave up just the 2 runs. Got in a little bit of trouble in the 7th inning, so Julian comes in. Julian Merriweather's, he pitched an inning and a third, gave up a hit, struck out 3, and he walked 1. And then Adbert came in and got us out of the 9th, but it wasn't all that slick. Gave up 2 hits. They had 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs in the 9th, behind 2, and Michael Busch made that diving catch. So, boy, it went right down to the wire. But I just that's what the Dodgers are going to do. The Dodgers are going to keep coming. We're probably going to have to make better plays. We're probably going to have to do a little better job in the first 4 or 5 innings to try to hold that group down, and because they're relentless. They keep coming, and we made a ton of really good plays. Otherwise, it would have been different. So defensively, we stepped up today when we needed it. So now we're all set. All right, we got the first game of the series under our belt, and I think for me, the fact that we've got a couple of lefties going bodes well. When I watch Smyly against him, I think because you've got Freddie Freeman and Shohei from the left side, Max Muncy from the left side. I think we held bets down for the most part today, but I think their slug, their danger comes from the left side. So I think the fact that we've got Jordan Wicks and Shota going the next 2 games, I think that's a little bit in our favor. But if we keep playing defense, we keep hitting. This lineup looks like it's going to hit. I mean, not in the first inning. The first inning, that young Bobby Miller struck out the side in the first inning. He was just gassing 98, 99. So we struck out 4 times, and Hap, Seiya, and Belly all struck out in the first inning. And after that, we started hitting. So you take away that first inning, we only struck out 1 time the rest of the way. Put a ton of good at-bats together, and Gomes got a hit. If we can get Gomes hitting and get Amaya going with Madrigal, and Nico's coming. Nico took a big step. So this lineup's going to score. There's a lot there. So I feel good about that. I don't feel like we're going to have to keep people down to 2 or 3 runs to win a game this year. I think we're going to be able to score. So we're averaging probably around 7 runs a game now, somewhere in that range. So it's all good. So tomorrow, game 2, Cubs-Dodgers. We've got Jordan Wicks on the hill. Looking forward to it. So we got the upper hand. Let's keep it going. Guys, thanks for joining me here on Cubs 24/7, where Randy talks Cubs. Really enjoy having you. Love talking Cubs. Another win. 5-2 Cubs sounds pretty good to me. We'll see you soon. Go Cubs, go.